Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. In the last episode, we did that chain of item trading to get Lena's guitar back, and we got Dick to take a picture for us for our Timber profile. Now we have to meet both Lemma and Dick at the nightclub, but we still can't get in there yet. Plus, we still have to get it on with Aaron, to put it mildly. So, we are going to load our game, and we are going to get this dog and pony show on the road. I cannot even think of the proper thing to say save my life. So we need to head back to the nightclub because we have this old camera, and the camera has footage of Erin doing her camgirl show. So we're going back to the nightclub, and we're going to hand the camera over to Chebe.
Chevy, I have something for you. Check this out.
Not bad. She's got talent. Wow. Did you record this without her knowledge?
Does that matter nowadays? Hey, how petty.
Well, oh, forget it. That's amazing. She's got the job, but only on probation. Just getting naked is not enough for our clientele. I need something extraordinary for VIP area. Something with flair and intelligence. She can perform later, but she still has to offer extraordinary element in her show. If she can do that, she'll have permanent place in VIP area.
I'll talk to her again. I'm sure Aaron will have a good idea.
And so, flair and intelligence, you say? Well, Aaron is a literary major, so let's go ahead and talk to Aaron again.
A minute, I'm doing my show.
Yeah, she says that if you talk to her at the point that you get the package for her. She changes what you say when you knock on the door.
Hey, Aaron.
What's up?
And we're going to select this new dialogue option.
Aaron, I have great news. Well, mostly anyways.
Yes?
The people at Hell's Pond think you're awesome,
They do? That's incredible.
but they think you should offer something else. Something that separates you from the crowd, that makes you special.
Ooh, like what?
And obviously, none of the things that are here obviously match what I personally have in mind, but I'll go with the third one.
You could wrestle a python.
Ew, I can't stand those long, slimy things.
That's what she said.
It's hopeless, Larry. I'll just give up stripping and devote myself to my other great passion, literature. I always used to get kicked out of poetry slams because I was showing too much skin.
Wait a minute.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
It's so obvious.
It's the same dialogue option. I wonder if you picked the same thing again.
Maybe something with ping pong balls.
Okay, I guess we weren't thinking the same thing. No, Larry. I can combine literature and stripping.
Sure. That works too.
Striptease and readings from my favorite books. But there's another problem. To make a really good impression, I need a Heroist by Montgomery Clitheroe. It's extremely rare and virtually impossible to get. I have a copy, but not here in New Lost Wages.
Don't worry. I'll keep my eyes open for it.
And we need to look for a book. And there is one place in particular where we've seen a book. And that is at the Salon du Lazard. There is the book under glass.
The glass cabinet is anchored to its base. I can't get it open.
And I believe if you right-click on it,
No book in it. Must be valuable.
and while you can't take the plate, you can examine it.
The Cunning Linguist by Montgomery Clitheroe.
So, we need to get the book out of its glass casing, and we can't remove it with our own hands. We're going to have to do something. First of all, we need to head to the fun fair, and I don't know why I double-clicked that. And from here, we need to go to the altar. There are some things that we could have picked up earlier that I chose not to pick up, like this chess piece. That will be picked up later. But we will pick up this diamond ring because
Who leaves something like that lying around unguarded?
it will be...
Oh, I see. It's only a plastic diamond, but it's really sharp just the same.
It will be very useful towards what we're trying to do for the reasons Larry has mentioned. It's super sharp. Now, we could cut the glass there with it, but guess what? It doesn't quite work. However, there was a gramophone near it, and we could play a record on it. And to get a record, we would have to go to Lefty's. Now, here's what you're supposed to do. By clicking on this jukebox glass, you'll know things about the record.
I won't get that record that easily. It's behind a window.
Just don't play any songs on that thing. That record in there would shatter your glass eye.
Okay. Belay what I just said earlier. You have to click on the jukebox itself, not the glass, in order to mention that it could probably put a glass eye out, whatever's on the record. Plus, Lefty said that the music selection was terrible anyway. Now, if we use this sharp faux diamond ring on the
It's
jukebox
one
glass,
plastic glass. You need a plastic diamond. It's only logical.
we can now break the glass and get the
Like
record.
a diamond thief.
Now go ahead and take that thing with you, Larry. I can't hear it anymore. There's an awfully high note on it. And they don't sell insurance against that.
And that is how you know that it's supposed to work on the glass dome holding the book at Salon du Lazard. Now, we're going to go back to the strip. And we need to play with the gramophone horn here. This will turn around. We place the record on the vintage gramophone,
Perfect. Now I can play the record.
and now we're going to click on the gramophone to play it.
That sound shattered the glass cabinet.
And shattered some other glass things nearby, including these two cups and this gold record display. Let's go ahead and grab the rare book.
I'll just take that.
They will not mind. Oh, and it shattered the tip jar, it shattered this glass, and it also shattered this little plaque above the door. That's interesting. I've never noticed that. So now that we have the book, we're going to go back to Lefty's. And from here, we are going to give the book to Aaron. I'm glad that I'm able to double-click locations on where I want to go because that lets me really speed these videos up.
I have a surprise in my pants.
Is it what I think it is?
No, it's that book you wanted.
You really found it? Unbelievable. You must have looked in every antiquarian bookstore in town.
No, we really just stole it from a hipster bar.
I stole it from a hipster bar.
Huh. They would never appreciate a work of art like this. You earned yourself a top rating on timber. That was the sweetest thing anyone has ever done for me. And now, I think it's time you got your private show.
And we finally get our Instacrap cutscene. And of course they give Larry the anime
Thank
nosebleed.
you, Larry. I'll see you later at Hell's Pond for my show.
Pie?
I can tell from your expectant tone of voice that you want to know how many timber points you have.
We're such a good team.
That's what I'm programmed to do.
Why can't all women be as cooperative as you?
Before you spit out any more of those lines that make my circuits spew, it's 26 points.
Oh, well, I do like a challenge.
And speaking of challenge, oh.
What the? Why am I getting a timber notification? Hot and trendy. Larry Laffer. I can't believe it.
What's the matter?
It's that Larry guy. If only I hadn't encouraged him.
Who?
That pathetic joker in the white suit. He really thinks I'd want to go on a date with him if he had enough timber points.
Then we delete his account.
No, that would be noticeable. But we have to make sure that he never gets near the new Pythone ever again. He really confused the new AI.
Then take care of it.
Of course.
Larry, you have new suggestions on timber.
Speaking of a challenge, I forgot all about that cutscene. We now have the achievement for dating Aaron. So that's more progress made through the game. And now we have timber suggestions. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. What new suggestions do we have? We've already seen her. There's a Kingram reference. I knew they'd pull a Sierra one of these days with this. You know what? Just for that reference, you're getting the heart. Not really. Sarah Soft, we had to... yeah, they had to do that. I appreciate that reference all the way down to the PS1 style polygons. Sure, why not? I never thought that Walchild would be on the timber. Yeah, all these timber suggestions are new to me. That's why I'm kind of giving some honest reactions to this. I guess you could say that. Huh, he's 49. I never would have guessed. And... why not? Man, I'm getting a lot of suggestions. And of course, there's the obligatory reference to The Fly by Jeff Goldblum. And are we going to get any more? No, I don't want you. Or you. Not really. I can't even remember what I did last time. And I'm starting to get repeats, aren't I? Yeah, I'm starting to get repeats. I don't think that there is achievement for that, but I do want to show these off just the same. So anyway, what do we need to do? Ah, yes, that's right. We need to go back to the nightclub and talk to Chebe.
What do you want?
What do I do? I already gave the book to Aaron. Oh boy, don't tell me I got myself stuck.
What is this?
Don't tell me you...
You mean
Hell's obvious.
Ken sent me?
Who?
Sorry. Instinct.
I probably need to talk to our friend Aaron again, I think. And if not, I'm just gonna consult my notes because...
Thank you, Larry. I'll see you later at Hell's Pond for my show.
Okay, so that's all we can get out of her. I may have to consult my notes pretty soon. Maybe. Oh, that's right. You have to click on this area.
Hey, Chevy, can I go in now?
Let's see. Yeah, your timber score's fine.
That's what I have to do.
A circle of sexy people. And thanks again for referring Erin to us. She's rocking VIP area.
So...
Larry, there you are.
Hey, Dick.
Are you ready for our little date in the dark room?
And sure, it doesn't really matter which dialogue option you pick. I'll just pick the first one.
Date? You wanted to see me dance.
I want to see how you move your body.
You just watch me shake it out there.
I can hardly wait.
I'll try the third one.
I'm ready for anything.
That's what I want to hear.
I guess you have to go through them all.
Hey, can I have the photo now?
Don't be so impatient, sweetie. I'll see you later in the dark room, Larry. Wait there for me.
So anyway, I forgot to mention, if you click on the entrance to the nightclub before you manage to have successful dates with Lemma, Dick, and Aaron, Chebe will tell you that you need at least 25 timber points to get in. We have 26, so we're able to get in. Oh, anyway, there's Lemma. There's Becky all the way to the far right. And there's this new person named Anu who seems really, really aloof. Like she's here for some reason. And we're going to go through all the dialogue options.
Hi, I'm Larry. What's your name?
Anu.
Nanu?
Anu Singh.
What kind of thing?
Oh,
Yeah, that's not a good way to make a first impression, Larry. Next dialogue option.
Hell's Pawn? Ugh. More like Smells Pawn.
normally I wouldn't be here either.
No wonder she seems aloof. Next dialogue option.
Two people meet in a nightclub without a timber date. The one says,
Leave me alone.
no. He says, what's a...
No, I mean, leave me alone.
Okay.
Step aside, please. I have to keep an eye on the entrance to the VIP area. The only way in is with a VIP ticket.
I could also just tell you when I go in.
I don't care about you, but BJ often drops by here.
Why are you so interested in him?
Oh, I've already said too much. Leave, please.
So, Anu is waiting for BJ from Prune. Interesting. Anyway, there's Lemma.
So, how's it going?
The gig was a huge success. It really got me all worked up, if you know what I mean.
too well. Maybe we should just find somewhere quieter?
You're right. I'll head on into the VIP area.
How do I get in?
The only way in is with a ticket.
And she just
So where can I get one of those tickets?
dramatically just goes down. And of course, these flames are blocking her way. There's a ticket scanner, so we have to put in a VIP ticket in order to go in. Also, there's Becky Butters again. Oh, and you can just click on the picture when you see the up arrow, and you'll be able to go over here. And apparently Lance is with her as well. Becky or Lance, Becky or Lance. Does it really matter?
Hey, Lance, how's it going?
Should we head into the VIP area now, Lance? I really need some shocking new material for my Instagram stories. For user engagement.
Chill, Becky. I wanna, watch the people here a little longer.
And it doesn't really matter which dialogue option we pick. Probably not.
I have a date in the VIP area with 2 ladies.
Okay. I just now realized if you pick the first 2 options,
Scanning the ladies.
Lance is like, okay. But if you pick the third option,
I'm meeting Dick here.
What? Dick? He's with you now?
What do you care? Now let's go to the VIP area instead. That weird bastard's looking at me like he wants to poison me again.
Let's start over. What exactly are you doing with Dick?
well, we're both going to the dark room.
We both want to go hit the dark room.
Oh,
Hey, what do you care about that guy? I mean, you're out on a date with me. And could you flex your muscles like that again? That light makes my contouring look mega good. And then if you maybe like...
Becky, that's enough. I didn't go on a date with you to be your human handbag, but to make Dick think I was doing fine.
OMG. I totally can't handle this. Ugh, then I'll just find myself some other sexy, complicated guy with problems. I mean, the city's full of them. I don't need that stupid VIP room ticket anymore either.
I'm sorry if I screwed up your day.
Oh, I'm not interested in her anyway.
Wait a minute. Now I get it.
And it's pretty obvious which dialogue option we should pick. In case it's not clear to you at this point, Lance used to date Dick.
You were Dick's old flame.
No shit, Sherlock.
We weren't together long, and I thought... Actually, it was just kind of a one-off thing.
Okay, so I guess we have to go through all the dialogue options then. I'll just pick the third one to be funny.
Bobby Ewing's death was just a dream.
Who?
Gotta have that Dallas reference.
Dick hit on me. He thinks I'm gay too. And I have a date with him in the dark room.
You lucky bastard.
Well, at least I have a date with Lemma and Aaron too. I guess I'll just have to play it by feel.
In the dark room of all places.
So you really have to pick the second option in order to get anywhere, and you can finally get the VIP ticket. Also, thankfully, we'll never see Becky Butters for the rest of the game.
Thank you very much, Becky.
Thankfully, we'll never have to see Becky for the rest of the game, as insufferable as she is. And you just click on the lower left-hand corner to go back down to the dance floor. And from here, we can use the VIP ticket in the scanner.
Permit me, Larry Laffer, VIP.
And we can go down.
Larry, you missed Erin's show. She's a total babe, right? Rocks the pole the way I rock the mic. I'd sure love to meet her.
And does it really matter which one I pick? Probably not.
Aaron? Well, I never heard of her. I only have eyes for you.
Don't be like that, Larry. I mean, if Aaron and I hit it off, you might just get to kill two birds with one stone.
And that opens up some more dialogue options.
Wait a minute. You mean...
I want to have a threesome. And if you have to ask if you're one of the three, then the answer is no.
Oh, I'm in.
Who knows, Larry? Maybe this time with Aaron and me will be the best night of your life.
And so we've talked to Lemma. We might as well go ahead and talk to... Actually, there are some things we can do. We can click on this chainmail bra.
I can't reach it. And even if I did, I'd never get the bra off. Those things are so needlessly complicated.
I'm searching the internet for bra open can't reach. I found a tutorial video. Bra telekinesis for dummies. Would you like to see it?
Sure. So that's how it works. And then just... Okay, I think I got it. Watch and learn. Ha! It worked! This skill is going to prove very useful.
Too bad we never use it for the rest of the game. But we can now grab the
I really earned this.
chainmail bra. We are going to need it for later, and I will tell you when we need it. What else can we interact with? There's that, there's a dark room, there's the gargoyle.
I can't reach the really interesting parts. Too bad.
There's the lube fountain. But we might as well talk to Aaron. I decided I might as well look and see if there was anything else I could interact with, but
Hey, Aaron.
that is not the case. Let's see here.
How was your show?
Unbelievably good. Everyone was completely delighted.
And I guess it doesn't really matter which dialogue option you pick here.
I'm sure it was your show.
You think so? I had the feeling that they were more fascinated by the lyricism. There's no way my breast could ever compete with such a profound medieval lyric.
Oh, I don't know. They are pretty fine.
And with that, actually, you know what? What if we pick the other one?
I'm sure it was that book.
I think so too. They're such wonderful poems.
Okay, so now we know what happens if we pick both options. And let's ask if we can meet in the dark room.
Want to meet in the dark room later?
I don't know. I hardly know anybody here.
And let's pick the first option because, well, Lem is in the room with us.
Oh, don't worry. I'll introduce you to someone.
I'd really like to know whom I'm dealing with. Here, there's no webcam between me and the people. The person I'd like to get to know better is Lemma. I just love the way she works it. So self-assured. And the way she moves.
Maybe I can arrange something.
And with that, we can get this new dialogue option, which we are going to select now.
If you want, I could introduce you to Lemma.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I really want to get to know her better, even a little more personally.
Wait, I'll introduce you.
There we go.
How long have you been playing music?
I just grabbed my dad's guitar one day and started playing.
Now, you could say some things. You could pick the first option or the third option. But there's something interesting that happens if you pick the second one.
For me, there's nothing better than screaming guitars. You've been living in New Lost Wages long, Aaron?
Again, we could say something, but we're not. And as much as I'd want to pick the first or third options, we're picking the second. Again.
The two of them are chatting so intensely that I'd be better off not interrupting.
That'd be great.
The city can be pretty intimidating when you first get here.
You probably know the best places by now.
You can bet on that.
At any rate, it's a real pleasure to meet you, Lemma.
Nice to meet you too, Aaron.
I think you and I could go back to the dark room and have some more fun.
Join us there in a bit, Larry.
And so, we have gotten a new achievement. Bechdel test passed. And in case anybody doesn't know what the Bechdel test is, also known as the Bechdel-Wallace test, named after the American cartoonist Alison Bechdel and her friend Liz Wallace, it is basically a 3-part test that has to meet 3 requirements. There has to be at least 2 women, they have to talk to each other, and they have to talk about something other than a man. If it does all those 3 things at any point, it passes the Bechdel test. Or the Bechdel-Wallace test, if you prefer to call it that. So, yeah, I decided to look that up and tell you what it was in case you had no idea, because it's been a long time since I looked it up and I could never remember. Anyway, we are going to go into the dark room, but that will have to wait until the next video, and it's a good thing that I was able to save it here, because not everything you can do in the dark room you can do in one pass. So I'm going to save the game here. And then I'll see you next time. Join me next time where we go into the dark room and kind of have some fun in there. Should be interesting. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!